In 2009, 5 years after the events of Resident Evil 4, Chris Renfield, now an agent of the Bioterrorism Security Assessment Alliance, BSAA, is dispatched to Kijiji in West Africa. He and his new partner, Shiva Alomar, are tasked with apprehending Ricardo Ivering before he can sell a bioorganic weapon on the black market. When they arrive, they discover that the locals have been infected by the parasites Las Plagas, and the BSAA Alpha Team have been killed. So make sure your weapons are fully loaded, have your partner on cover, and prepare to punch some boulders in this week's game, Resident Evil 5. But what is Resident Evil 5? Well, Resident Evil 5 is a 2009 third-person shooter video game developed and published by Capcom. Resident Evil 5 was released for the PlayStation 3 console in March 2009 and was re-released for the PlayStation 4 in June 2006. The plot involves an investigation of the terrorist threat by Bioterrorism Security Assessment Alliance agents Chris Renfield and Shiva Alomar in Kijiji, a fictional region of West Africa. Resident Evil 5 has a total of 51 trophies, 38 bronze, 11 silver, 1 gold, and of course, 1 platinum trophy. Unlike previous Resident Evils before it, Resident Evil 5's gameplay is split up into 6 chapters with 3 levels per chapter, with the benefit that you can revisit and replay any chapter whenever you like. Every time you complete a level, you will be awarded with said level's trophy. Now, like all Resident Evil games, there are various difficulties and there are trophies for completing the game on each of said difficulties. However, these trophies do stack, meaning if your first playthrough is on Veteran, once completed, it will unlock the trophies for Normal and Easy. When it comes to playthroughs, it is recommended that this be done in 3. Once on Easy, mainly for the collectibles and getting comfortable with the game's tank controls, air quotations. Then on Veteran to be able to unlock Professional mode, and then complete the game on its hardest difficulty, Professional mode. Apparently, there is a way to unlock Professional mode without completing Veteran. Go online and look for a session where someone is playing Professional. Once connected and in-game, leave. Doing this will unlock Professional mode, allegedly. But don't go into Professional thinking it's a cakewalk. Enemies can literally one-shot you even when wearing body armor. So you and your AI partner will need to literally be on top of each other, ready to heal if one of you takes a hit. Speaking about the AI, it is pretty competent and actually has very decent aim. However, on the hardest difficulty, if you can somehow play with a real player, your experience should be smoother and much more fun. Finally, I will leave in the description the playlist with all the collectibles and useful information you will need trekking through Africa. Alright, let's talk about the collectibles in the game. Eggs. There are 4 types of eggs you will need to collect: white, brown, rotten, and gold. You will need to have all 4 eggs on your person for this trophy to unlock, so make sure you don't consume the rarer ones nor sell them. Also, make sure to take them off Shiva, as she will consume them if she takes a hit. You can farm eggs in chapter 3.1. Near the middle of the marshlands, there is an island full of chickens. Here you will get the white and brown eggs, no problem. It is also possible to find the golden egg here, though you might need to leave the island several times and come back to reset the chickens. Rotten eggs are dropped by enemies in the later chapters and are more common when playing on higher difficulties. Weapons. You will need to collect all the weapons in the game for the trophy stockpile. Again, you will need to have all the weapons stored in your item box for this trophy to pop, and once collected, you will need to upgrade all those weapons for the trophy, take it to the max. Which, in my opinion, is the worst trophy in the game, as you will have to replay certain levels to farm treasure and then sell them for money. The best place to farm treasure is in chapter 5.2, the liquor hallway. Kill all the liquors, collect the treasure, then quit the game. Once at the menu, select continue, and thanks to a well-placed checkpoint, you should be right in front of the hallway. Rinse and repeat until all weapons are maxed. Deviating from the collectibles for 1 minute, infinite ammo can be achieved for any weapon. To unlock it, you will first need to fully upgrade the weapon of choice. then buy the infinite ammo for said weapon using the points you receive for completing levels. The higher the difficulty and the better the rating, the more points you will receive. The max being 2005 per level. A good level to farm points is in 6.2. The level can literally be completed in under 5 minutes if you have the infinite rocket launcher, which you get by completing the game in under 5 hours. Okay, back to the collectibles. Treasure. You will need to collect at least one of each treasure in the game. The guide in the description will help you with this. BSAA Emblems. There are 30 emblems scattered around the campaign, and it is highly recommended that you use a guide, as some of them are incredibly well hidden. And lastly, figurines. These will unlock in the bonus features by completing chapters, completing the game on certain difficulties, destroying all BSA emblems, and getting S rank on all levels. To purchase these figurines, you will need points. Right, with the collectibles out of the way, let's speedrun through these miscellaneous trophies. Save a partner 10 times when help and when dying is displayed. Defeat 30 enemies with a stun rod. Defeat 30 enemies with a Gatling gun. Defeat 30 enemies with a longbow. Chain the maximum number of combos together in one go. Defeat a Magini with a headshot while jumping. Deflect a bowgun arrow with your knife. Defeat 3 Magini with 1 grenade or proximity bomb. Defeat 2 enemies with 1 flash grenade. Defeat a Majiji using the electrical current from a transformer. Work together to save someone special. Defeat a Majini with a rotten egg. Defeat a certain enemy by stabbing it in the heart. And finally, build up a certain level of trust with your partner. To achieve this, every time Shiva heals you, press circle to thank her. After several heals, this trophy should unlock. After all the QTEs, chainsaw dodging, and rocket go boom, you should be the proud owner of an ultra rare 3.5% platinum trophy. But is this deadly safari worth the platinum? Resident Evil 5 leaves the horror aspect behind, deciding to take the franchise in a more action-orientated direction. But where 6 failed, 5 managed to pull it off. Though I enjoyed my various playthroughs with Chris and his partner Shiva, I do miss the horror aspects that are a staple to the Resident Evil franchise. Understandably, it is not easy creating a horror atmosphere in broad daylight while running for your life. And though there are some very interesting and intense areas that you will visit, I feel that they could have included a section, a chapter, where an overwhelming dread takes control of your body and you're too terrified to turn the corner and face what might be on the other side. I still tremble a little every time I think of the Regenerators and their section in the Resident Evil 4 remake. An enemy that you barely spend more than 10 minutes with, but his impact is forever lasting. And that is what is missing from Resident Evil 5. Horror and memorable enemies. However, where it lacks in horror, it more than makes up in the action category. Chris Redfield is the perfect action hero and ticks all the boxes in the gamer's power fantasy. When an enemy grabs Shiva and she yells for help, the way Chris pulls back his fist to unleash his Falcon Punch air quotations just feels so good. Now when it comes to the trophies, in this game I have to say it was a joy to hunt them down, all but for one, which I will get to later. Resident Evil 5's trophy list offers you a mostly fun and fair challenge when you're striving for its completion. The higher difficulties don't throw anything new in your way, though you will very quickly find out that enemies are not to be underestimated, and if you are not careful, you can be put down with just one hit. This way, the game forces you to plan ahead and be cautious, eliminating any run and gun urges you may have. There is a good mix of collectible and miscellaneous trophies, though some of the BSAA emblems are so incredibly well hidden that a guide is not only recommended, but a necessity. Other trophies will have to be won in the heat of battle and will require positioning and patience, whether you're waiting for a group of enemies to run by an exploding barrel or practicing trigger discipline by waiting for that infected foe to jump at the right moment so that you can introduce his head to your shotgun. And while I found Resident Evil 5's trophy list amazing, there is that one pothole in its road to greatness. The trophy where you need to upgrade all weapons is a tedious grind that hits the brakes on this fun ride and stalls it to a halt. Upgrades are extremely expensive, and you will find yourself setting aside hours of your life dedicated to farming treasure in the same hallway an excessive amount of times. And it's a shame. You could say I'm nitpicking here, but trophies like these need to be done away with. They artificially prolong the game and waste the player's time. I'm all for walking towards a goal, but that path should be made fun and enjoyable and not feel like a slog that makes you question if it is really worth it. But apart from this setback, Resident Evil 5's gameplay and trophy list was surprisingly delightful, and I'm very happy and proud to have this ultra rare platinum trophy under my belt. And I think you will feel this way too, if you decide to join Chris and Trevor on their trek through Africa. Resident Evil 5's Platinum Trophy is an 8 out of 10. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I have more videos like this on my channel, so please check it out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all next time. PTR out.